evening, listeners. Welcome to this evening's property focus from Horizon Properties. We are on the topic or dissemination of information regarding the conversion of customer land to leasehold tenure, and the need for this information is very, very critical because of recent many Zambians are getting to understand the value of land and have been given an opportunity by the chiefdoms to acquire land. However, land on title is more valuable than land that is not on title. Land on title is quite a resource that can allow you to access capital. You can have capital to invest in other ventures. And indeed also when you are having activities on land which is on title, the value of your investment is quite different. And therefore, we commence this education regarding the conversion of customer tenure to leasehold tenure. As I mentioned last time, that land administration in Zambia is governed by 3 pieces of legislation: CAP 184, the Lands Act; CAP 185, the Lands and Deeds Act; and CAP 188, Lands Survey Act. These 3 pieces of legislation, they don't operate in isolation because you need land to be surveyed, you need to have the land, and you need land, the property land to be registered under the Land and Deeds Act. Therefore, they operate in conjunction. They operate together. Furthermore, I also want to remind you that customer land can be converted to leasehold. The Principal Act, CAP 184, provides that authorization. CAP 184, the Lands Act, Part 2, Section 8.1, provides that notwithstanding Section 7, after the commencement of this Act, any person who holds land under customary tenure may convert it into leasehold tenure, not exceeding 99 years on application in the manner as prescribed by the law. The regulations pertaining to conversion of customer land to leasehold is governed by SI's Statutory Instrument number 89 of 1996. To remind you where we ended at a point where you have applied to the chief, and the chief is supposed to authorize to give you a handwritten letter of consent from the chief upon application on Form 1. Form 1 is a form that contains your details and the details of application. Form 1, that's regulation number 2, application form for conversion of customer tenure into leasehold. This contains the physical address, location of the land, and also to involve how many years you have stayed on that land. So, upon authorization by the chief, you will proceed now the application will be sent to the local authorities, and the local authorities will now also commence a process of verification to verify whether that the land there's no encroachment, there's no conflict of interest by the, and so that the land is not in conflict with the customary law of that area. So this involves where the council will have a meeting, a verification at where the land you intend to convert is located. They'll have a meeting of people who are residing there to be able to ascertain that actually you are the rightful owner of that piece of land and there's no conflict. So that process of verification is very crucial for the local authorities to proceed with the application. Having said that, what will happen is that the chief or the chiefdom will have to give authority to local authorities to do a preliminary survey to make sure that the land in question has been identified and with coordinates. So they produce 7 copies of site plans with coordinates which show that actually indeed this is the land, and upon verification, the application will go to the ordinary council meeting. The ordinary council meeting will now deliberate on your application, and they will either approve or disapprove. Among the documents which will be submitted includes your NRC, if it's an individual, or certificate of incorporation. 7 site plans which are stamped and approved by the planning authority and the traditional leader. So this forms part of the documentation of which the council will make a decision. The other one is done on form. The council, upon approval, they will now have a form. Form 3. Form 3 is the form that the local authorities will send to the Commission of Lands. As you may be aware, the Commission of Lands represents the President of the Republic of Zambia as the sole custodian of land in Zambia, in perpetuity on behalf of the people of Zambia. So the form will consist of the items I've just mentioned. This is very important for you to be able to know, because without this documentation, your application might delay, and you may take it that it's very difficult to convert land. Your NRC, your 7 site plans stamped by the local authority and the traditional leader, because as you know, the law provides that without the authority of the chief, who is the custodian of customer land, your application will not be approved. So these are the ones. These are the documents which the local authority, the council, will put together and submit to the Commission of Lands. Apparently, it's not automatic that the Commission of Lands will accept. However, under the regulation 89 of 1996, the Commission of Lands shall accept or refuse to accept the recommendation from the local authorities accordingly. where the council considered that it will be in the interest of the community to convert a particular piece of land held under customary tenure into leasehold, the council shall, in consultation with the chief, in whose area the land to be converted is situated, and they will apply to the Commission of Lands. If they feel that there's no any conflict with the people on the ground, no encroachment, no community areas, for example, like a cemetery, then they will go ahead and approve and submit to the Commission of Lands. The Commission of Lands may accept, may refuse, but they'll give a reason why they have refused to grant authority for conversion. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue next time from that point to be able to guide you upon submission to the Commission of Lands, what will follow next after the commissioner has either approved or disapproved. We will continue to guide you because it's very important that as Zambians try to make sure that your land which you have is converted to leasehold to unlock the potential and the resources. The resource to unlock the potential of that land so that you can invest in the land or reinvest the outcome, the proceeds of the land.